In January 2023, Ana Walshe vanished from her Massachusetts home, leaving behind 3 young sons and a husband whose story quickly fell apart. Brian Walshe claimed she left for a work trip, but investigators found no flight, no rideshare, and no phone activity. Instead, they uncovered disturbing internet searches, suspicious dumpster trips, and evidence pointing back to the house. Tonight, we break down how prosecutors built a murder case without ever finding Anna's body. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought today's criminal element was more tech-savvy, stick around. Fortunately for law enforcement, this bozo went to the Casey Anthony School of Browser History Management. This is Necronomipod.
Made it through winter break. Happy 7th anniversary, fellas.
Yeah.
Right back at you, pal.
Does not seem like it's been that long.
No. Time has moved fast with it. But then if I think about the subject itself, it feels way in the past.
Sense, yeah.
Well, we've done hundreds of shows, so
Yeah.
yeah, that checks out.
In fact, we're almost to 500 shows, one might say.
Yeah, but I believe we'll have to check the rule book. I believe OTs don't count.
I don't know about that.
I think that's what our CEO said.
We're going to get a different ruling on that, but we'll get it in writing certified for you.
Think the Supreme Court will hear this case?
Yeah, they might. Depends how far you take it, pal. You're getting inked up regardless.
It seems like 2026 is the year I desecrate my body.
Yeah. Probably about what, like 4 or 5 months, something like that.
Not too long.
Maybe a little longer than that.
7.
Which should be
Yeah, that
clear,
sounds more.
once we hit 500 is when I will book an appointment and start the planning.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the next day. So I want people to relax if it's like 3 weeks later, like, where the fuck's your tattoo, asshole? Unsubscribe. But it will be done. It will be planned after we hit the episode, though.
New year, new you, pal. Desecrated skin.
It was a good run.
It was.
Made it 40 years clean.
Not bad.
Yeah, you have like an awesome opportunity if you like tattoos that like you have a clean slate, right?
That's
like
what you were telling me on New
I
Year's.
know,
Yeah.
like I've fucking got so many, like as soon as I got my first tattoo when I was 14, but then it was all downhill from there, right? So like by the time I was responsible enough to like be able to afford good tattoos and whatever, I had nonsense on me, you know what I mean? So you got to blast,
fuck.
right? And have to blast over everything. Like you have a really good opportunity.
Clean palette.
Yeah, man.
Do anything.
Just get 2 fucking full sleeves.
There you go.
Get a body sleeve.
Body sleep.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, just get like the full like Polynesian, just
Yeah.
like neck down to feet.
Yeah.
Do your face. Start out backwards. There you go. Do your face to start. Fuck yeah, dude.
First tattoo right on the face.
Forehead tattoo. Come out swinging.
There was a minute that I wanted a face tattoo. Like that thought ran through my mind. I'm glad it left my mind.
It's hard to walk back that.
Yeah.
You do the Bam Bam Bigelow head tattoos now that you shave your head.
That'd be crazy.
Some fire, some flames on the top of your head.
I think I'm tapped out on tattoos forever.
Oh, I think I'm gonna take the over on that one.
Maybe on my leg, but other than that, I'm out.
You reversed him in 2 seconds. He didn't even think about it. He just said it. And he's like, yeah, maybe.
I want my neck done really bad, but I can't. Like, I like my chest tattoo, as trashy as it is, the 14-year-old one. But I can't just get my neck. Like, I would need my chest and everything done, and I don't want to cover up my, like, that little tattoo's keeping me from doing a chest piece. So I think I'm tapped out unless I come up with something cool for my leg.
Go get your neck done when I get mine after 500.
I
Just
feel like
make it a
that'll
whole
look-
unity thing.
I feel like that would look weird, like a neck tattoo and then nothing else really.
Well, but you wear a shirt most of the time, right? Like, it's not like it's going to be seen every day.
Yeah, it's more of like a me thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Pray about it. Ask Jesus what to do.
There you go.
I'll probably just keep doing what I'm doing. How was your guys' break?
It was good.
Yeah.
Pretty non-eventful, I think.
A lot of chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. We got hit with some pretty heavy snow, so can't really do a whole lot.
I went tobogganing.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was
Very
really cold that day.
fucking cold. Did 2 runs, lasted 38 minutes.
Really?
Then it was time to go.
So, like in the Ohio Valley, a toboggan is a hat, a winter hat is what that's called. So, like tobogganing, when you say you did one, it's just normal sled riding, or is it like more involved?
It's not sled riding. It's not on
Okay.
snow. It's on a concrete chute.
Like almost like a track that's like ice, and
okay.
you're in almost like a canoe type thing. Not really a canoe, but
Okay.
like
A toboggan.
a toboggan.
Right.
But-
what it
Well,
really,
not a hat.
What it really is, right? Not the hillbilly term.
And you sit in it, like it's 2 people usually. At least I haven't went since I was like in high school.
We
But it
did
was like
4.
Oh, can you do 4?
Yeah,
It used to be
doing
2
4.
people, and like the person in the back kind of has to put their feet like on the lap of the person in front of them and just shoot you. They push you down the hill and you go, and
Okay.
That's it.
you just kind of peter out at the
It's
end.
like 40-something miles an hour.
That's
Feels a lot
crazy.
faster,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's fun.
But when you're out in the cold open air like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like it takes your breath away.
yeah, it's a good time.
That makes more sense now why you said you only did it twice and you're like, all right, I'm done.
It was cool. That was enough.
Yeah.
We were actually supposed to go tubing 2 days later, and it was going to be cold, and we're like, you sure about that?
That's enough going down hills.
Yeah,
I get
Stay
it.
inside instead.
All right, we got a fresh new year ahead of us. Another clean slate, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not just my body.
Empty canvas.
We're starting off with a fresh story here.
Very current one.
Yeah.
This caught my attention just watching the news throughout the day.
I referenced the browser history management and the searches that this guy does. And I remember just seeing this story cold when the guy was getting arraigned and they were showing like a tight close up on it. And he's got evil eyes. Like you can tell by looking at this guy, he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
And he was just staring at the camera, and the prosecutor was reading the preliminary evidence stuff and was reading these search histories. I was like, holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah. That's exactly my reaction too. And then started looking into it more for just trying to pick an episode. I'm like, wow, there's a lot here actually that we could get into and make this a full episode.
Yeah.
Because like plot twist, like you said, this dude is, he's not a good guy, obviously. And there's a lot of other crimes to cover with him.
So here we are.
Ana Walshe was born in 1983 in Belgrade, Serbia. She grew up there, got a college degree, and in 2005, she moved to the United States looking for her own American dream. By 2008, at the age of 25, she was the reservations manager at the upscale Wheatley Hotel in Lenox, Massachusetts. At the time, she went by Anna Nip. She was married to a guy named Mark Nip. He was a chef at the same hotel. That marriage wasn't the best, and later that year at the Wheatley, she met a guest named Brian Walsh and felt an instant connection. In a letter, she later wrote, quote, "It was love at first sight for me." Brian Walsh grew up a world away from Serbia, but only a couple hours east of Lenox. He was born in 1975 to a wealthy Massachusetts family. His father was a prominent Boston neurologist, and Brian went through elite schools, boarding prep school, and then started college at Carnegie Mellon. By the time he was in his late teens, court paperwork later painted Brian as in a bad spot mentally. In letters submitted to a federal judge, his psychiatrist at the time, Dr. Tittman, said Brian, quote, felt neglected, unloved, and emotionally damaged from being used as a pawn by his parents in their acrimonious marital relationship.
Okay, so your name's Titman, and you decided to be a psychiatrist and not a breast surgeon. Come on, pal.
Yeah, that was
Really?
big missed opportunity there. He could have just been the best doctor ever.
One might say he was born for the job.
What are they called? Tickologists, I think. Or is it? I'm sorry,
Sounds right.
boobcologists.
Either one.
I don't mean to be
Interchangeable,
crass.
yeah. Either one's acceptable these days, I think.
Dr. Knockers, Dr. Knockers, you're needed on the floor.
After boarding school in Rhode Island, Brian enrolled at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. But Dr. Titman said that by his sophomore year, Brian's depression, anxiety, and anger left him unable to function. Brian dropped out and checked himself into the Austin Riggs Center in the Berkshires, an inpatient psychiatric program known for taking on cases where earlier treatment hasn't worked. Him going there didn't turn into a thing that was a positive and like a stabilizing moment in his life. According to reports that are on record, Brian left early because his parents started fighting over who would pay, and the center later sued the Walshes for payment. So he did not get to stay there. You get the vibe of this family. They're extremely wealthy and maybe they lack on the parenting aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like kind of that stereotypical thing.
Concerned with other things.
Yeah.
Is this also maybe one of the families, like almost like the, who are the brothers?
The Menendez brothers.
Yeah, where it's like we will appear that we're a perfect family, so we're not paying for you to go get clinical help.
Yeah, that kind. Yeah, that's the vibe you get.
Yeah,
that appearances are
more important.
Yeah, they matter a lot. As an adult, Brian drifted through high-end Boston circles. He had a gift for presenting himself as a man of culture and means. He told people that he dealt in art and had business ventures, but where he got his money from is always a mystery. Beneath that smooth surface, there were still those mental health issues. A family friend would later call Brian a sociopath in documents. And everybody, like I said, you don't know where his money came from ever, kind of thing.
The old, my name is A.G. Pennypacker. I'm a wealthy industrialist.
By 2008, Brian was 33, and he's really a con man, right? Just living off of his charm. And that's when he met Anna at the Wheatley.
I wish I could live off my charm. Sounds fucking awesome.
Well, step one, Dave, be charming.
Yeah, I failed that first step. That's why I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I do find that, I don't know if admiring is the right word, but like when somebody's like really good at talking to people, you know, I find that like,
it's an admirable quality.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
not that way.
No, I can't talk to people for the.
Well, they're
fucking
born
life of me.
salesmen too, and that's where all the money's at. So yeah.
The relationship with Brian started while Anna was still married to Mark Knepp. Over the next few years, Anna moved around for work, Washington, D.C., New York, while Brian stayed in Massachusetts. They did this long-distance affair thing for about 6 years until Anna finalized her divorce from Mark in 2014.
You could say she nipped that marriage in the bud.
Yeah. The first red flag between Anna and Brian was an incident that happened after Anna finalized her divorce, but before she got engaged to Brian, kind of fell in that between area. On August 2nd, 2014, a DC police incident report said Brian made a threat over the phone. According to the report, he said that he was going to kill Anna and her friend. The report listed the call came in at around 6 p.m., noted the suspect lived in Boston, and showed Anna reported it the next day, August 3rd, 2014, and it was treated as a felony threats complaint. The public copy of this doesn't name the suspect and didn't explain what the argument was about. It did show an ending to this, though, that the case didn't move forward because Anna declined to cooperate with prosecutors, so no charges were filed. Later on, after Anna disappeared in 2023 and the case became a homicide investigation, DC police confirmed to reporters that Brian was the one named. He's the one that complaint was talking about, even though it didn't name him specifically. So that's a real incident. It's time-stamped, but it ended a lot of ways that these cases and the victim didn't want to proceed, and the system couldn't force it. he hits her with I don't know. I was
love you,
drunk.
baby.
Yeah. Drank too much. I don't know what I was saying, whatever.
Yeah. I'm so charming. Come back.
Saying you're going to kill somebody is pretty rough, though.
It's a hard one to walk back.
And her friend. Her friend's like, well, what did I do?
Yeah,
What the
right.
fuck did I do,
I'm not
asshole?
fucking you. Get out of here. You're killing me. What nothing to do with you, dummy.
I like that. You're not going to kill me. You're not killing me.
I say that to people all the time. You're not going to kill me. Stop it. Why are you saying this?
You got a lot of people telling you they're going to kill you.
Yes. Goes back to that non-charming aspect of me that we talked about earlier.
A complete 180. People wanting to do a murder.
It's not just a lack of charm. It's the exact opposite. That's right.
In late 2015, about 7 years after they met, Anna and Brian got married. On December 21st, 2015, they had a small ceremony at a church in Boston. And one detail stood out to everybody. None of Brian's family members attended. So that's kind of weird, right?
Tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a red flag too.
Huge red flag. That's what Kevin Costner used in Draft Day, not to draft that guy, because none of the guy's teammates went to his party. Remember that?
I didn't see that movie.
What?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
I think I discussed this. I was on set when they were making it because I had worked for the Browns.
Yeah.
And my experience was so cool that I never wanted to watch the movie and have
you
it
did,
ruined.
yeah.
But then everyone tells me, no, it's still a good movie. Like, it's decent. You should
I
watch
like
it.
it. It's silly, but it's cool. But anyway, he was evaluating this guy that everyone thought was the top draft pick, and he called and talked to his teammates, and he learned that was it some kind of party, guy's birthday or something. None of his teammates went. And he's like, not a team guy.
Yeah.
It's a warning flag.
Earlier, I said that they kind of, you get the vibe that they kept up appearances and stuff like that. That's fine. Whatever. Brian is an issue.
Yeah.
Regardless if like the family seems stuck up or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
They didn't keep him up this time. Like, fuck that guy.
like Brian is definitely the problem.
I'm not saying we're ready to go Facebook official with it yet, but on the set of that movie, Draft Day, Jennifer Garner did introduce me to her dad.
That's something.
Shortly after that occurred, her and Ben Affleck got divorced.
She's probably been trying to call you for 15 years.
Unlisted toots.
Where's that security guard? I introduced him to my dad. I was going to fly away to Hollywood with him. Where is he?
She was really nice. She bought, I probably said this before, like it was like an ice cream truck, but it was a dessert truck that she had on set that she just covered. Anyone can go up and just get whatever you wanted from.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's an A-lister move right there. That's how you know you made it in Hollywood. When you do that and you're a good person.
Yeah.
That's enough about me. What's Anna got going on?
By the time they got married, Brian was in a deep, long break with his father's side of the family. In probate filings that surfaced later, people close to his father said that the damage from this started early on. Dr. Walsh left the household when Brian was young, and a longtime friend described the home Brian grew up in as, quote, severely dysfunctional and hostile.
Just like your penis, Mike.
Hostile, maybe. I don't know why I got to throw dysfunctional in that. Yes, I am. I'm just waiting on that Blue Chew ad. Been 7 years. They're going to call us?
This is our year.
Maybe.
Gotta be one of these years.
We really are Browns fans. This is our year. It's going to happen.
We're going to get a boner in 2026 and we're going to win the Super Bowl.
The court documents that you can see online and stuff, everything keeps circling back to money. Court accounts describe a blow-up tied to a Lennox property in the early 2000s, where Thomas paid for renovations with the understanding that he'd be repaid, and Brian would keep whatever profit was left after the sale. Friends and relatives said Brian took the money and disappeared instead of paying his dad back. And one account said Thomas didn't hear from Brian for about 10 years after that. Like, he just took off.
Like a flipping deal or something. Brian talked his dad into financing it and split the profits, and he took it all and left.
Yeah.
Geez, son, you're swell.
Thomas died on September 21st, 2018, and probate statements described, quote, almost zero contact for more than a decade. The will at the center of the dispute said that Thomas had, quote, only one child, Brian Reza Walsh, with whom I am not in contact, and added, quote, I hereby bequeath to Brian R. Walsh my best wishes, but nothing else from my estate.
Bam, motherfucker. Ouch.
Yeah. I don't know, man, you fucking burned him for a ton of money. Like,
stayed away a decade? Shouldn't be in the will.
whatever his childhood is and the alleged pawn he was used to be whatever, but I don't know. He took off with a lot of money.
Mm. You figure dad's a neurologist. He's probably got a good sized nut, right? Like a nest egg,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I said nut.
I thought it maybe was going into a joke.
Do you remember?
you hear the word nut. Come on.
Do you remember the South Park from earlier this year? He's like, "What about my nut?" What's his name?
Yeah, he probably had a good living.
Anyway, I was going to say, instead of fucking dad and these scams we're about to talk about, maybe you should have just been nice to your dad and you probably would have inherited, 10 times the amount that we're going to talk about here. Seems kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got definitely whatever the mental illness is, right? Like sociopath, all that kind of stuff. Because, you have the opportunity to live a normal life.
A rich one. A wealthy one.
But you're actively choosing to do really stupid shit and be a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the will. That quote came from the will. But before anybody found that will, Brian got himself appointed as the personal representative to the estate in December 2018. Because at that time, it was like there was no will. So he's the son. And the relatives are like, we know that there's a fucking will somewhere here.
We also know you're shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're also, everybody's aware that Brian was cut out of said will.
Dad probably told everyone every chance he gets. They all knew it. It was a running joke in the family.
So they accused Brian of breaking into the house and stealing the will and destroying it. Court filings also accused him of clearing valuables from the house and liquidating estate assets, bank withdrawals, and estate sale listing items like artwork and rugs, and even going as far as trying to sell the home. Like he was just getting rid of everything as fast as he possibly could.
Before court could stop him.
Yeah. In a signed statement, Thomas's nephew, Andrew Walsh, said Brian had, quote, estranged himself from the Walsh family members because they knew about the alleged theft and would raise questions. The probate court later removed Brian as personal representative in July 2019 and appointed Andrew as the person in charge.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
Did their cousin John Walsh from America's Most Wanted, did he weigh in on this at all?
Does he later? Did they send this to America?
Well, just because they're cousins, I figure maybe he has something to say. Not going for it, huh?
No,
he's got a personal interest in this one.
See, Mike told me last time, just casually slip it in there, not like you're. So I tried.
That's true.
Didn't
That's
work.
the best way
Didn't
to
work, pal.
7 years.
I'm not sure it was as casual, but it was better. You got him with the nut one.
Yeah.
But see, you weren't even trying. That's the thing.
Yeah, I was waiting for the punchline with the nut thing.
So you're balanced out. You got him when you weren't trying, and then when you tried, you didn't bite.
You didn't crack that one, Ian. Sorry.
In February 2020, the court admitted a cell phone copy of the will to probate, and that's when they got Andrew. And it's basically like a screenshot version of it that they were able to verify.
Oh, boy.
Brian fought it, filed objections, claimed he and his father had reconciled, and floated that the will's signature was forged after his dad had a stroke. So when you look back at it, in retrospect, it's not weird. It's not really a mystery. From Anna's side, it was a mystery where the family was, but when you know the truth, that's why nobody was there. For Anna, this is a happy time for her, right? She's getting married. She took Brian's last name. They settled in Cohasset, an affluent coastal suburb about 15 miles outside Boston, and had 3 sons in quick succession. By 2020, they had a toddler, a baby, and another little one on the way.
Oh, that sounds fun. Jesus.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, that quick succession thing is tough. Friends later described her as a devoted mom, always talking about her, quote, 3 beautiful boys. Brian portrayed himself as the supportive stay-at-home dad, and outwardly it looked like Ana carried the career while he handled the house and the kids.
He's a kept man.
Yeah.
Would you like to stay home with 3 kids, a baby, a toddler, and I forget how he said it, but
Well, there was still one on the way at the time.
She was, at that time, she was pregnant.
yeah, toddler, baby, and a new one coming. Yeah, that sounds great.
If you're talking about like me right now in life, no, that sounds fucking terrible.
Is that something I could do for you if I come across a genie? Could I wish that for you?
No. There's a reason I had a vasectomy. I don't want any of that.
Actually, it was right at this time in the story that I had my vasectomy, early 2020.
Oh, there you
Nice.
go.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Ana was keeping up her side of the deal as far as, being very successful. After years in hotel management, she pivoted into corporate real estate. By early 2022, at the age of 38, she was a regional manager for Tishman Speyer. The job was based in Washington, D.C., so she split her life. Weekdays at their townhouse in D.C., weekends back in Massachusetts. This wasn't a temporary situation. Like, this was something that was going to be going on well into the future. She had decorated bedrooms in D.C. for the kids, and Brian was not a part of that D.C. life. He always stayed back in Massachusetts.
Full-time masshole.
So people on the outside look at them like this ultra successful couple that are in love, right? And they live this super, business-oriented life and DC townhouses and stuff.
Is that how people look at you when you're a husband that stays home with 3 kids and doesn't work and your wife supports you? Is that how they view you? Ultra successful?
Not him, her, her, not him.
I would rather expect that people were whispering about him, not.
But not if he's Mr. Charming, though. And then they're like, oh, this guy keeps the house together and, she's out making money and he's taking care of those cute little boys.
I suppose. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have no problem at all with that. I'm just saying it's not the normal opinion of society in most cases.
Right.
I would love to do that, just with the no kids, though.
It's the young kids is the issue.
It's a lot.
Wasn't there a viral video like on TikTok not too long ago? Some fucking lady questioning a dad that was taking his kids to school. She was giving him some shit.
Oh, probably.
It was like a Karen thing.
Oh, there's Karens out there everywhere.
It's probably a
Fuck you. I take my kids to school all the time. I'm not like a
Yeah.
fucking...
Yeah. Tell that bitch.
Yeah,
It's probably a trad wife.
probably. It's all right for dudes to take care of their kids.
Yeah. I would hope that dudes take care of their kids. In fact, I think that's a good quality.
Chris Rock. Take care of my kids. Goddamn right, fellas.
But supporting men's rights.
Yeah. Tired of men being persecuted. Stop.
No longer will we sit idly by as men get persecuted.
This is going to get turned into like an insult thing.
Yeah, we quit while we're ahead. You know who
It's a fine line.
We're getting an incel territory here.
we should talk about Andy Warhol.
Yeah, because people are looking at this, whatever. But behind the scenes, there was a lot of tension. No one on the outside knew about Brian's fraud case. In 2007, 2 Andy Warhol shadows paintings were bought through a legitimate art market for a South Korean collector. So that was a for real purchase, and the paperwork from that purchase is very important because it's what's going to give Brian real authentication paperwork to misuse in the future. In 2011, he stayed with the family of a Carnegie Mellon friend in South Korea, and according to the government sentencing memo, he pitched himself as the guy who could sell high-end art for them. The friend trusted him with the 2 Warhol shadows paintings and a Warhol $ painting, as well as other pieces, including Keith Haring prints and a Chinese statuette. The memo said that the shadows had Warhol Foundation numbers stamped on the back, PA 65 049 and PA 65 032. Prosecutors said Brian tried moving the Warhols through major New York channels. The sentencing memo said that he brought the shadows to Gagosian, but the gallery declined because they got a bad vibe from him. That's the thing about con men too, is like they probably I would assume 7, 8 out of 10 people realize the con. Like, how many people do they have to run through a day
to find the one mark?
Right.
Yeah.
Because, they saw through him. They're like, something's weird with this dude. After that art gallery got weird vibes from him, he was able to go to one called Christie's in New York. And through Christie's, he sold the $ Warhol for $40,000. The shadows ones were pulled back after Christie's required reframing, and Brian netted about $10,000 on that side. Prosecutors said that Brian didn't tell the South Korean owner about the sale and didn't pass along any of that money.
Okay.
Good job, guy.
From 2012 into 2014, the friend, the person that actually owned the artwork, tried to get it back. The sentencing memo described Brian dodging calls and emails and stringing along other friends who tried to step in and figure this out. Under pressure, he returned some of the non-Warhol items through like a third party kind of person, but prosecutors said that he kept the Warhols. Moving into just like straight up forgery, Brian wasn't painting the forgeries himself. Like, he wasn't sitting there doing when he got to this step. Prosecutors said that he outsourced it. The sentencing memo said that in 2011, he had a set of fake shadows paintings made by someone only going as we know as Forger 1, described as a New York artist who specialized in replicas and signed each piece. Later, they said Brian paid Forger 2 to make another set around February 2016. More broadly, they said that he, quote, enlisted multiple artists to prepare fake paintings. I couldn't find anything on like if those people were charged or, what happened to Forger 1.
I love the world of art forgery and like high-end art thieves and stuff.
Yeah. What was that
movie?
movie?
So interesting.
Wasn't there a movie in the last decade or so?
Thomas Crown Affair?
I don't know.
The one with Pierce Brosnan?
Maybe.
Yeah. It
Like
was a
they
remake of
steal
an older
art.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I don't know. I like that stuff. But how hard is it to forge Andy Warhol? That stuff is such trash. I don't know. I cannot stand some of this Andy Warhol. You stupid soup cans. Get the fuck out of here.
What you got against soup, pal?
It's just stupid. And we like, oh, this guy, he's the best artist of the second half of the 20th century. Okay. Here's one of the shadows prints. God, who could ever make a forgery of that? Looks so difficult.
He sold himself just as much, right? Andy
what?
Warhol. Like, he sold himself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is at least half the art.
Sure. Oh, here's the $. Oh, my God. Who could ever come up with something like that?
I mean, it's pretty cool for the time, right?
Is that art?
I mean, I guess it's art. It's just
Someone's art.
yeah.
It's not my art.
Depends on your definition of art.
I'm a big fan of old like Caravaggio and Vermeer, and you look at those paintings and they're so beautiful, and you look at this, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, give me 12 seconds. I'll go down Chat GPT right now and I'll make you art.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's a thing. Art.
I just triggered thousands of people.
There's no such thing as art anymore like that. Have you ever been to the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh?
I've not.
It's cool.
I would never set foot in.
It's cool. You should check it out.
I'm sure it is.
Have you been to our art museum in Cleveland?
No.
It's really good.
Yeah, we got a good one.
I have not been in a long time, but I remember loving it last time I went.
I don't think so.
That whole area over there is real nice.
I've been to the history museum.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love the art museum. He should not be in the art museum, Andy Warhol.
Do they have his stuff in the Cleveland one?
They have something. I've seen in one of the soup cans somewhere. I can't remember where, but
You would hate the
Google
Andy
images.
Warhol Museum. There was, when I went there was an exhibit that was, because they have other artists in there too, and it's all very similar stuff. But it was something with a fan that was running and a TV. Like, it was just super fucking weird. You would have hated it.
they're a fucking banana. And they're a banana or something too.
Yeah.
Stop it. Shadows.
Starting off 2026 with our most hated list, and Andy Warhol is now at the top because of Dave. We're off to a great start.
Ugh.
I get it. I've never really saw the appeal in that. It was not for me. It was not my kind of art. I like erotica. It's my art. That can of soup had a huge dong hanging out of it. Now it's art.
Then you'd sit on it and consider it art.
I'd eat the soup.
Soup cans. Jackass.
So in September 2015, prosecutors said that the scheme widened overseas. The sentencing memo said that Brian signed a contract to sell 2 shadows paintings to Victim 3, an art consultant in Paris, for $145,000, promising that they were authentic and backing it with authentication paperwork he'd gotten from the South Korean owner. Between November 3rd and November 7th, 2015, prosecutors said Brian traveled to France, met Victim 3, showed his passport, delivered the shadows painting, and had the payment wired to an account that he controlled. Like, he's going all out, going to Paris and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
All over the world. Maybe he thinks he's not going to get touched doing it over there. Criming in Europe and not here.
Yeah, maybe. Around the same time, prosecutors said that Brian pulled in Victim 4, described as a dentist. Starting in October 2015, the memo said Brian got the dentist to give him $23,000 for artwork he claimed that was the $ painting, with a story that they'd split the profits after a bigger sale. The memo said that likely, like quote, likely that the $ shown to the dentist was fake because Brian had already sold the one before. So I don't know how many he actually had made of this $ painting, but he sold a real one at some point, but then there were multiple fakes. After Brian's May 2018 arrest, we haven't gotten to that part yet, but we know that he's not getting away with this shit. Prosecutors said that Victim 4 reached out and Brian handed over a $23,000 check that was drawn on his mom's bank account.
Dentist strikes back. Drilled him.
In early November 2016, prosecutors said a buyer saw 2 Warhol shadows paintings listed on eBay for $100,000 with pictures and an invoice image showing Warhol Foundation numbers and a $240,000 purchase price. Between November 3rd and November 5th, the buyer negotiated directly with Brian to take it off eBay for $80,000, and they signed a contract giving the buyer 3 days to back out for a full refund.
So he's showing that they were purchased for $240, but he's selling them for only $100 on eBay, and that didn't raise red flags or anything.
Maybe that's what the contract's for. I don't know.
He's trying to give back to the people. Give them a chance to own some art history.
What a guy.
An art humanitarian.
We need more of those in the world, don't we?
I think we do. Yeah. Maybe we'll nominate you, and your first order will be to burn down the Andy Warhol Museum.
That'd be funny.
Just heel turn on the whole art community.
Just get rid of all of it. It'll be a Banksy museum in the morning. People are like, what the fuck? This is much better.
I like Andy Warhol's art. I don't like Andy Warhol, the person. I find him very pretentious and obnoxious. I do like his art. But I don't like him necessarily.
All right, Dave won't burn it down just for you.
All right. I like the museum.
Pittsburgh guy over here defending that bullshit.
Did you walk through the museum eating uncooked pizza, just like looking and be like, oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheese falling all over the floor.
Because none of it's melted at all.
Pepperoni is just rolling around.
Jerking off with a terrible towel. I'm in Pittsburgh.
You can tell we're angry they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let me go to Primanti's and fuck a sandwich with my towel. Pittsburgh.
It's that time of year, that playoff season in football. Everybody's mad at the Steelers.
Oh, they're not going to win any playoff games. Don't worry about that.
Oh, they're winning the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
Who do you guys play this week?
Houston. They have the best defense in the NFL. So.
Houston's the team that they hurt our feelings a few years ago in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
It's a shame.
Meanwhile, we're on our 117th, coach? Since they've been back.
They're not even going to be able to make those taped over, crossed out QB jerseys anymore. It's going to be too many names to fit on one jersey.
Right.
Did Deshaun play at all this year?
No. I'm sure he'll be back strong next year.
Yeah.
Was it Shador the whole year?
No.
It was just the last few games. Oh, I think we went through, 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, 3.
Started with Flacco.
Oh, yeah.
Had Whatchamacallit.
Dylan Gabriel got to play a few games.
And then,
It's like he gets hurt, and then his chance is over. So I don't know. Who knows?
Here we are.
So the eBay thing is pretty serious because this buyer has an assistant that flew out from California on November 7th, 2016. They flew from California to Boston and met Brian at the Four Seasons Hotel, handing him a cashier's check for $80,000. Prosecutors said Brian deposited it that day and withdrew $33,400 within 14 days. On November 8th, prosecutors said that the buyer took the paintings out of their frames, found no Warhol authentication stamps, and noticed that the canvases' staples looked brand new. So these are fucking fake. And prosecutors said at that point, Brian just went quiet and delayed the refund. That's his go-to, right? When it doesn't kind of pan out, he just takes off.
Yeah, I guess. It's working for him so far.
On May 9th, 2018, Brian was arrested and charged with wire fraud. On April 1st, 2021, he pled guilty to a whole bunch of crimes. Wire fraud, interstate transportation for a scheme to defraud, possession of converted goods, and unlawful monetary transaction. He was looking at pretty serious prison time, but the pandemic, COVID-19, that really dragged out sentencing. Did for the whole country. Remember, I remember we covered the Golden State Killer at the time. Like it really pushed his thing along.
Everything.
Yeah. So while he waited, he was on strict house arrest in Cohasset. He had an ankle monitor, rigid schedule, and any time out of the house had to be cleared ahead of time for a specific reason, like a doctor's appointment, something like that. He wasn't getting the Epstein treatment, just allowed to leave whenever he wanted.
Oh, well. Epstein didn't do art crimes, so
Yeah.
understandable. I'm sure if Brian only did something silly like fuck kids, he would have been able to get a sweetheart deal and do whatever he wanted to. So
Just a come and go privileges.
yeah, that's fair. Sure.
Something silly. So that's the real backdrop of Anna's 2-city routine. She's working during the week in DC. She's back in Massachusetts on the weekends. And it wasn't because Brian just wanted to be a stay-at-home dad. He had to stay home. And nobody knew about this. This was all kept under wraps.
Of course. Do you think she was involved in any of this?
I don't know.
Hard to tell.
That might be a reason why she's not here anymore.
Sure.
By mid-2022, federal prosecutors in Boston were fed up with Brian.
I'm fed up with Brian.
I know.
It's been like an hour. Can you imagine?
A whole lifetime of this dude. They were investigating crimes into his father's estate. So they're like, we have this going on the side. And they asked the judge to just send him to prison for the full 30 months that he was facing for all this fraud shit. Anna stood by him publicly, at least on paper. In June 2022, she wrote the judge a letter praising Brian as a caring husband and father. She wrote, quote, "Brian is the love of my life, my partner, best friend, and the father of my children." She was asking for leniency. One detail that gets pointed out later in trial stuff was that the letter listed her Washington, D.C. address, not the Cohasset one, which later on it's framed to look like she was keeping distance, you know, more full-time distance away from Massachusetts, which I'm sure she probably was. You know what I mean?
It's embarrassing, right? Like you're this corporate success manager, whatever, working in DC, and your husband's some jerk off who's on an ankle bracelet at home because he's stealing fucking money selling fake Andy Warhol paintings.
Like, I really wonder if he was pulling the wool over her eyes. And we won't know for sure, but
like convincing her he was framed and none of this was his fault.
Because it's even more embarrassing when it all comes out. Like, what if she's like, you know, fully believes him that he is like an art dealer type dude and he is doing this shit. And then all of a sudden he's arrested and, you know, shit hits the fan. And
it's a misunderstanding, baby. Be all right. Nothing to it.
Friends noticed, you know, there's like cracks in this, right? The people notice patterns change and she's coming back to Massachusetts less and less. She seems stressed. A close friend said Anna confided about serious marital problems. Prosecutors also said that Anna started seeing another man in D.C. and by late 2022, she was having an affair with a coworker, described later as a relationship that, you know, made her super happy and really raised the possibility of her, you know, leaving Brian, him being Brian.
Ankle braceleted and cucked. Double whammy.
This other guy was probably dealing real artists, right, Dave?
He probably was, yeah. He's selling Caravaggio's and Vermeers.
That's why she was smitten.
It's like, your husband's a cunt. He's selling fake Warhols. Look at this Vermeer I'm selling.
In December 2022, Anna called her mom in Serbia and begged her to come visit in Massachusetts. Her mom felt that this was very off, that this was not a normal phone call. And she couldn't make the trip on short notice because she's elderly and she's in Serbia. Like, there's a lot of hoops to jump through to get here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Remember when Clinton and NATO bombed Serbia? That was awesome.
No, I don't.
It was awesome.
Never mind. Continue.
I do recall that, though.
Why did we bomb Serbia? I'm not aware of this.
Oh, it was
Part
the
of
whole
history.
thing, like with Milosevic and all this stuff that went on over there. Too much to get into in this setting.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. They did it. They bombed them.
Dave was at home on his couch like, fuck yeah, man. As he was pissing on a Warhol. Joint hanging out of his mouth, bottle of Jack.
Bomb them Serbs. Bomb them Serbs.
I almost spit on my new MacBook.
Dave, it's President Bill Clinton. I'm gonna bomb them Serbs today. I hope you're watching on TV. Fuck yeah, Bill, get him. Go fucking blow a load on that blue dress when you're done, man.
That's the twist in all this, Dave. And Bill Clinton have been long friends.
Yeah.
Get him, Bubba.
Bubba.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The old saying, a new year means a new you. But let's simplify it. Why not give 2026 the same you, but less burdened? Therapy can help to easily identify what weighs you down or holds you back by offering an unbiased perspective to better understanding your relationships, your motivations, and your emotions. Whether it be constant pressure from work, figuring out how to pay the bills, self-doubt, or even holding yourself to an unrealistic standard, therapy might be just what you need. BetterHelp has been helping people find their match for over 12 years, having served over 5 million people globally, and has a 4.9 out of 5 rating with 1.7 million client session reviews. If you're looking for quality, BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. After filling out a brief questionnaire, you'll be matched with a therapist that is tailored to fulfill your needs. And it's convenient, too. You can join with a therapist at the click of a button, helping fit therapy into your busy life. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from one of their recommendations. So this year, take the burden off. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/necro. That's betterhelp.com/necro.
So all of this stuff that we've talked about tonight so far sat under the surface as the Walshes went through the motions of trying to go through a normal holiday season. They plan to ring in the new year, 2023, at their home in Cohasset. On New Year's Eve, 2022, so the night before, they hosted a friend for dinner at their house. The friend later said that Ana seemed in good spirits. Shortly after midnight in the early minutes of January 1st, 2023, the friend left. After that, it was Brian, Ana, and their sleeping boys. Around 1 a.m., Ana's phone made calls, one to her mother overseas and attempts to reach her sister and a close friend. No one picked up, and I couldn't confirm whether voicemails were left or not. So the cleanest thing that we can say is that like these calls were made. It was documented.
Did they have voicemails back in 2023?
After that, there were no known contacts with Ana from anyone other than Brian. Prosecutors suggested that by around 4 a.m. that morning, Ana was either dead or very close to it. Brian's initial story was that they went to bed, then around 4 or 5 a.m., Ana woke up, said she had a work emergency in D.C. and needed to get to the airport. He claimed that she left around 6 a.m. on January 1st with just her handbag and got a ride share or taxi to Logan, and he kissed her goodbye. Investigators later said that they found nothing to back that up. Ana had a ticket for January 3rd, not January 1st. There was no flight booked for January 1st and no record of her on a plane that day. There was also no evidence that she took an Uber, Lyft, or taxi that morning. Her phone went quiet, and there was no credit card or bank activity after New Year's Eve. The only person claiming to have seen her leave was Brian.
Good plan, Bri.
Yeah. Way to think this one through.
Yeah, it's a good story because there wouldn't be any evidence of any of those things not taking place. So
Right.
it's not like it's something anyone could follow up on. So you thought that through.
Yeah.
What, there's like fucking at least 3 GPS things involved in getting an Uber.
Well,
right?
perhaps she used their landline to call Uber and request service, and Uber just did not document that.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
And then the
can
Uber
I do a pay in cash, Mr. Uber?
And then the Uber driver rolled out his map to take her to where she had to go.
That's right.
He printed it out on MapQuest.
Not even, pal. There's going to be document of that.
That's true.
He unrolled his map that he keeps in the trunk.
It is so funny when you watch old movies. What did I watch the other day? And they pull out a map, paper map, and like the gimmick is they're driving with the map and trying to find
figure out where to go.
somewhere.
I just restarted for the 100th time The West Wing, and that was what, 99. They all just have pagers.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it. Barely a flip phone in this first season.
Amazing,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Which you don't notice it at all, I don't think. But then when you do notice it or think about it, you're like, oh, this is really fucking dated.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. Like you watch Seinfeld now. There's no
Yeah,
There's no pagers. There's nothing. If you're not home, no one can get a hold of you. They don't know where you're at.
There's some episodes, early episodes of It's Always Sunny that are starting to feel dated.
Really?
With like the cell phone stuff being used.
That's the
or-
biggest thing because it's like no cell phone or a flip phone or then like a BlackBerry was like, oh, this is modern.
Yeah. Like there was one of the earlier episodes when they like smartphones are like first being a thing, kind of like common enough.
Because it was like
Danny DeVito's like, why are you rubbing on the phone? He like tries to grab it.
it's like 06, 07 was when that show started, right?
Yeah.
Ish. And that was right about the debut of the iPhone, wasn't it? Do you know, Dave? When was that? Like, when did you get rid of your BlackBerry and get an iPhone?
I did
know
like
the
BlackBerry.
You were a big old BlackBerry guy.
I don't remember.
I was out of I was at least 1 year out of high school when the iPhone came out.
And you were
sounds
05.
right.
So it would have been like 06, 07-ish, yeah.
This sounds so old, but I specifically remember sitting at a truck stop gas station that we would hang out at with my friends.
Of course.
Sucking some dicks?
No. And we would sit in like the restaurant section and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes all night.
They're going to talk about earning money at the truck stop or something.
To buy an iPhone.
But someone had an iPhone, I remember. We're like, oh, that's fucking cool.
2007.
Yeah, so right there.
June 29th.
Yeah, Danny DeVito was like, why are you rubbing on the phone? Give me the phone.
That's funny.
We talked about it earlier. Davey brought it up too. Like the digital trail in this case is what grabbed our attention. In the pre-dawn hours around 4:30 a.m., Brian's internet activity spiked on an iPad belonging to his young son. At 4:58 a.m., one of the searches attributed to Brian was, quote, how long before a body starts to smell?
Well, he probably killed a skunk or something trying to break in.
Yeah.
Sure. These are things I think about at 4:30 a.m.
to grab your child's iPad.
Right. It's not even his iPad.
They'll never search his history.
That's what he's thinking, right?
Yeah, they'll
Of course.
search mine. They won't search my son's.
He would never do a thing like that. He won't be a suspect. Why would they look at his?
Investigators said the searches kept going. How to slow decomposition, quote, 10 ways to dispose of a body if you really need to.
If you really need to.
If you really need to. This is just me here at 4:30 a.m.
How long DNA lasts, and questions about dismemberment and tools, including whether a hacksaw would work. Around 6:25 a.m., he searched the most fucking specific thing ever. Quote, how to dispose of a 115-pound woman's body. Like, that is her exact weight.
No. I was going to say, well, she must weigh like 300 pounds then, because no one would ever search. He's throwing him off the trail, right?
No, that's how much she weighs.
No shit. This fucking
dummy.
guy.
As January 1st went on, investigators said Brian started moving evidence. With 3 small kids at home, he arranged for a babysitter, told her Anna had unexpectedly flown to D.C., and said he needed to run errands. With the kids taken care of, prosecutors said that he took Anna's Volvo and drove north to Swampscott, where his mother Diana lived. Reporting later said that she wasn't expecting Brian and she wasn't feeling well. She was like, since you're here, can you run to the pharmacy for me? He did do that, but investigators said that wasn't all he did. Surveillance footage placed Brian near a liquor store dumpster in Swampscott with multiple large trash bags that looked heavy and awkward as he carried them and was seen throwing them into the dumpster. After that, he went to his mother's apartment complex where there was another dumpster, and they didn't see it on camera, but they believe that he dumped more of the bags there.
And probably some New Year's cleaning, right? New Year, New You. Mm-hmm. Decluttering a little bit.
He also made other stops that day, like to Lowe's. Footage showed him buying plastic tarps, buckets, cleaning supplies, paying cash, wearing a surgical mask and gloves. Like, that doesn't stand out at all, right? Checking out, we're fucking wearing rubber gloves.
The gloves is weird. The mask, maybe.
The mask is fine, yeah.
But the gloves is weird.
Yeah, just like rubber gloves, like tattooing kind of gloves. Like, it's weird. Yeah. It stands out a little bit.
Fuck, man.
He then went back home to Cohasset that evening and relieved the babysitter.
What? Do you hear this chair keeps popping?
Dude, mine keeps slipping down.
Yeah.
Mine keeps falling. I have to keep raising it.
Are they like shitting out on us?
I don't know. It's weird.
Sure, has nothing to do with any of our weights. Us being fucking big backs over here.
This is the year I'm dropping the rest of my weight this year.
Dude, I've been working on a diet plan. I need to get my ass in shape. Most notably, not, 11 p.m., 12 a.m. DoorDashes. Be step 1.
Probably doesn't help.
Step 1.
All right.
Step 2, just don't eat like a piece of shit. I'll be fine. That's all I need to do.
Is that your only goal this year?
I need to eat better. I need to change my diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my goal.
You got any goals that I can help you stick to?
You gonna help me stick to mine?
Well,
At midnight, you're gonna come over and swat the phone out of my hand. Don't
fucking do it! Can you do like the gambling sites and put yourself on a DoorDash exclusion list or something where they won't take your order anymore?
I really should just delete it from my phone. That'd be the easiest thing. Because then I'd be like,
it's hard to reinstall it, so that'd probably work.
yeah, but at the time, am I gonna be like, oh, I have to reinstall and log in and fix everything? If it's just one click away, and it's got all my orders saved from everywhere because it just keeps a log of all that shit.
Yeah.
See, I already know more than Brian. I know that there's a log of all my orders. They wanted, was Mike a fat fuck in 2025? Like, yup, he was.
We gotta call DoorDash tomorrow and ask if you can self-ban. I'm really curious.
Oh, yes, I'd like to self-ban. I don't have willpower. I need you to do it for me.
All right, Ian, what about your goals? I'm sorry we went back to Mike there after I asked you that.
I'm going to continue lifting weights.
All right, that's a good
about
one.
it. I kind of slacked on it with the hollow, like this break.
I did too.
Well,
But I was lifting myself at a good clip, and keeps the body young.
Yeah, no real goal. I don't have any goals this year. I'm just gonna like do some cool shit, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I bought a bass.
All
Been
right,
playing music.
That's
Started
pretty cool.
talking to some old friends and shit.
nice.
Yeah. Creative year. 2026 is
Okay.
gonna be creative.
There
I
you
think.
go. That's a good one.
It's a real good one. So I'm gonna try to read
I was
one
gonna say
book
you.
a week.
There you go.
That's
one
cool.
a week.
I got my first book done already for the year. I was proud of myself. I don't think that'll keep up, but I got one in 6 days.
Pretty good. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna commit to it.
It is tough because you just get in slumps. I went to a real bad slump last year.
Yeah.
I read 24 books in 2024, which for me was decent.
Yeah.
Because I always am reading a book. It's just a matter of how often am I picking it up.
Yeah.
And then last year, I think I only read like 15. I got into a big slump.
Yeah. Well, I got the 11/22/63. I'm about to kick
Yeah, you're
that
gonna read
off.
that.
That's like 3 books, though. Do I get to count that as 3?
Yes, I
All
vote
right.
yes. That counts as 3 books. You got 3 weeks to read it.
Because if not, I'll have to offset it with some shit like Old Man in the Sea, 100-page novels, so I
That
can
and
get it all in.
fucking goddamn, what is it? The hunting book we talked about last year.
Oh yeah,
Most Dangerous Game.
that was good.
It's like 50 pages.
Yeah, we need some of those. All right. Well, good luck with everyone's goals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to run a 5K this year too.
That's cool.
Yeah. I hate running, but something I said I would do.
I enjoy running. I just don't do it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
3.1 miles, isn't it?
3.2. It's a long
No
way.
problem. You can do it.
I'm not sure
Get
I
that
can,
app,
but
couch to 5K or whatever.
I was doing it last year, and then I fell off of it. But yeah, this year, man,
This is the year.
this is the year.
Look at us. We're going to be better people. Well, I won't. I'll have a tattoo, so I'll be a worse person. But
Yeah, you're done for.
yeah,
Jesus is not gonna love
your
you
year's
anymore.
fucked.
It's
this is the end of me. I might have a criminal record by the end of the year.
gonna be a heroin addict by fucking October.
Probably. It's outlook.
So after Brian relieved the babysitter, he described January 2nd, 2023 like normal family time. But investigators said in reality, he kept working the cover up. At some point that day, they said that he went to a Home Depot in Rockland. The issue with that is that he was on house arrest, so he wasn't supposed to just wander off shopping unless during pre-approved windows, which that was something like, it's like one of those little crimes to be able to hold you for.
Yeah.
While he was there, prosecutors said that he bought about $450 worth of supplies: mops, brushes, buckets, a Tyvek suit,
The Tyvek suit is the best.
cleaning chemicals like ammonia and hydrogen peroxide, drop cloths, and multiple kinds of tape, plus tools including a hatchet, a hacksaw, and extra blades.
There's video of all these, right? I've seen some of them. I've seen them at the store in the carts and loading everything with the black gloves.
This dude did not think this out at all.
Nope.
because it's not even like, I like to write these in a way that like all this stuff comes at the end, you know? But he's so fucking stupid that you just have to talk about the nonsense the whole time. It
starts right away.
Right? So we said before that that Ana had a plane ticket for January 3rd to go back to work in D.C., but she missed that flight. No one heard from her. Records later showed her phone pinging at the Cohasset house through the night of New Year's Day, then went dark around 3:14 a.m. on January 2nd.
But that's weird. She flew to D.C. early morning January 1st. So how did that happen?
Oh.
Magic.
Stop asking questions.
Yeah, come on. What's the matter, pal?
What's that search history?
You're blowing shit up for Brian. What are you doing?
Can a dead wife's phone ping a tower in Cohasset if she is in Washington, D.C.?
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
If you really need that.
If my wife was still alive, is there any way to tell she was not on a fake plane on January 1st?
So as of January 3rd, Brian wasn't gearing up a story for Ana's family and friends to say that she was missing or like he hadn't heard from you. Have you guys like worried? He was still searching shit online like, quote, can you be charged with murder without a body? Like just nonstop Googling this shit.
In many cases, no, if you're not a complete fucking imbecile with everything else you do.
By Wednesday, January 4th, people at Ana's job knew that something was wrong. She missed an 8 a.m. meeting and coworkers couldn't get a hold of her. They contacted Brian and he told one colleague that Ana had left for DC on New Year's Day and he hadn't heard from her since. Ana's employer contacted Cohasset police to report her missing. And Brian called after them as like a follow-up, like, oh shit, I probably should have done that myself.
Well, but in his mind, he thought she was in D.C. So maybe he hadn't heard from her, but it's not as obvious as she was at home.
Yep. Master stroke.
So he could say in that sense, when the employer told me she wasn't there, that's what raised suspicion. Well, I sound like his fucking defense attorney now.
He should have been, well, I mean,
I guess depends on what your normal level of conversation with your wife is.
You would think you'd be speaking maybe once a day at least, but that's not the most ridiculous thing he did.
Yeah, I agree. If it was common for them to go a couple days without talking, then he's trying to play off like, well, no, she's at work.
But they could also probably find that in her phone records too. Like, well, when she's out of town, she calls you 4 times a day.
Ankle bracelet boy.
Cohasset police went to the house and spoke with Brian. He repeated the same airport story. As hours passed, the search ramped up. Cohasset police with Massachusetts State Police combed nearby woods and marshland, used canines, and they had like dive teams check out a small stream and a swimming pool on the property. At the same time, detectives started verifying Brian's account. And none of this, of course, didn't hold up.
What?
Brian told investigators on January 1st that he stayed home with the kids and only ran errands to Whole Foods and CVS and Swampscott to pick up groceries and ice cream, plus a quick visit to his mom. Police pulled Whole Foods footage. Brian wasn't there. CVS footage, again, nothing. No receipts and no one recalling him in those stores.
Well, he probably was at the Ben & Jerry's store if he was getting ice cream because it's the only kind of ice cream I buy.
Maybe that's what it was.
He forgot maybe.
Mudslide murderer. I think he was mine. It's the flavor.
That sounds good.
We know, we talked about it earlier, that the cameras at Lowe's and the liquor store and stuff at his mom's apartment all showed him. We know where he really was. Investigators also said that Brian's phone was turned off or left behind during key hours on January 1st, but his 6-year-old son's phone pinged on cell towers on the North Shore. So he took his kid's phone with him, so he still had a phone.
What kind of 6-year-old has a fucking phone? What does that even mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
What the fuck?
It seems awfully young.
Yeah. Later accounts said Brian told the babysitter he lost his own phone and used his kid's phone for GPS. Either way, investigators just used that data to retrace where he actually went.
He's like, yeah, I don't know why my 6-year-old was Googling how to remove a dead 115-pound woman's head, but he must have saw a movie or something. I don't know.
By January 5th and 6th, suspicion was fully centered on Brian. A weird detail, on January 6th, the house in Cohasset that the Walshes had previously owned caught fire. Because of the timing, people thought that maybe this was connected some way, but it was determined that it was an accident. It was a pipe connected to a gas fireplace, so completely unrelated, just a weird coincidence.
Did they ever dig up the basement in that house to make sure? Maybe they should. Never know.
That's what I would do.
You should.
I'd break into that house, dig up the basement while you
Go
guys helped
tomorrow.
me. By the way, this was exactly 3 years ago as we record.
Oh, yeah. On January 8th, investigators got an emergency search warrant for the Cohasset home. In the basement, they found blood on the concrete floor and on a section of torn rug. They also found a knife that was bent and broken with blood on it. And at the same time, Brian was arrested on a charge of misleading a police investigation, lying about what he was doing that day, you know.
Which is just their quick, easy way to get him in, right? While they figure out what they're going to charge him with next.
Also, he spent $500 on cleaning materials and he didn't clean all this up.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing?
A knife, a rug.
He was arraigned January 9th in Quincy District Court, pled not guilty, and was held without bail. That same day, investigators moved to the Republic Services transfer station in Peabody, where trash from Swampscott area dumpsters is sorted. They spent hours upon hours digging through the trash, just ripping open bags, right, until they finally found, they focused on 10 large bags that just looked suspicious from other ones. Inside, prosecutors later described a mix of physical evidence and Anna's personal items, blood-soaked towels, rags and clothing, cleaning supplies and rubber gloves, a hacksaw with what was described as blood and tissue, a hatchet, and a heavy hammer.
I read that there was a Sharpie writing on the bags too that said Ana Walshe is not in here. So he thought that would throw him off.
They're like, well,
I guess she's not in here. No need to look in here.
They also found purse pieces and jewelry, Anna's COVID-19 vaccination card, and boots and parts of a Prada handbag that she used on New Year's Eve. Remember, they had a friend that saw them. Yeah. Like, that's all the stuff she had that night.
It's also really weird in this story. Multiple times we've mentioned COVID and like post-COVID. It's like the first time we've ever done that because we don't do stories usually this recent that like we're not talking about COVID within the idea of the story. It's really weird.
The court documents for this case are available online surprisingly fast. I feel like most,
and that's why it was. You decided to do it, right?
Right.
Like it caught your eye because of his stupidity, and then you're like, "Well, this is all fucking here."
Yeah, we got enough to cover it. This is probably the most current thing we've ever done, right? Like give it a full blown episode like that.
At the very least, for a murder case. Yeah. I mean, not counting OTs and patreon.com/Necronomipod news stories.
Sure.
Yeah.
Those are breaking news and only the most important news updates of the time.
That's all you'll ever need in life.
One of those bags contained the Tyvek suit, and it was cut into small pieces.
This guy's a fucking genius.
You can't test DNA if the thing's cut.
It's like if you cut your credit card in half. You can't. You'll never be able to piece those numbers together.
Yeah. Testing later showed both Anna's and Brian's DNA on the pieces of that suit. They also confirmed that her DNA was on all of this stuff, right? Like he clearly dismembered her. With that discovery, the case became a homicide investigation, but Anna's body was still missing. Prosecutors said dumping the remains in multiple dumpsters likely made the discovery impossible. You know, her body was destroyed somewhere or buried in a landfill. Crazy luck that they were able to get these bags of evidence before they went the same route, right?
That's really good police work for sure.
Yeah.
On January 17th, 2023, Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey announced that a warrant had been issued for Brian's arrest on a murder charge. On January 18th, he was arraigned for murder, along with a charge tied to improperly transporting or handling human remains. At that arraignment, Assistant District Attorney Lynn Beland laid out the case publicly, the blood in the basement, the fact that the knife was found, store trips, the dumpsters, and of course the Google searches.
That's the one I watched, that live.
And they talked about more nonsense, including, quote, how long before a body starts to smell. I put this in here. I think I said this earlier, but can you be charged for murder without a body? Yeah. That is so stupid.
That's a good one. Classic. Oh, Bry, classic.
State's like, yup.
As a matter of fact, you can, sir. You wouldn't have been, but now with all this, yes, you can.
Yeah, since you brought it up.
The state's theory was that Brian killed Ana in the basement in the early hours of January 1st. Without a body, they couldn't give a specific cause of death, but they argued that, with the blood and broken knife, that supported a violent attack. They alleged he dismembered her using a hacksaw, possibly a hatchet, cleaned up and disposed of her remains and evidence through those multiple dumpsters over the next 2 days. They also argued for the motive. Ana had a life insurance policy of around $1 million with Brian as the beneficiary, and prosecutors said that the marriage was collapsing. We talked about how Ana was involved with another guy, more than likely preparing to leave him, and he was staring down prison time for the Andy Warhol shit. I had also seen it talked about in the news, people debating, sitting around on the news debating what the case and whatever, and having experts on, that maybe some of this was to get out of prison time. Like if there was no wife to take care of the kids, maybe he would just get to stay on his house arrest shit.
The judge would take pity on him. Oh, his wife is gone.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
That seems like it could be consistent with his way of thinking.
Like it's working out for me,
Yeah.
Like I've shown that I can take care of the kids on my own. So maybe I'll catch a break here.
Yeah, get a little pity factor. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
On March 30th, 2023, a grand jury indicted him on first-degree murder, misleading police, and improper conveyance of a human body, and the case moved to Norfolk Superior Court. While all of that was being worked on in February 2024, Brian was sentenced for the federal art fraud case to 37 months in prison and was ordered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in restitution. He just stayed waiting trial, but that puts a bow on that part of his crimes. By 2025, it had been almost 2.5 years since Ana disappeared, and the trial was scheduled for late fall. In the meantime, Ana's 3 boys were in foster care, with a family friend helping at times under state supervision. Ana's mom stayed in Serbia, unable to fund her way here. And we said that earlier, there's so many hoops and shit to jump through and paperwork to get here. An elderly woman isn't going to be able to make it here for this to help the kids.
That's so terrible for them too.
Mm-hmm.
To be taken out of their home, thrown in the foster system.
God, what a nightmare.
But you got to think too, her body the kids were in the house with her body. I don't know what if they were witness to anything specifically, but
they're going to grow up to read that though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Jury selection began late November 2025 in Dedham, just before opening statements on November 19th. Brian pled guilty to the lesser charges, misleading police and improper conveyance of a human body, admitting that he had lied and disposed of Ana's remains while still claiming he didn't kill her. He's going the Robert Durst route on this one.
It's found her that way. They'd think it was me, so I panicked. I panicked!
When the trial opened in early December 2025, so last month.
A couple weeks ago. That's fucking wild.
I know, right? Prosecutors argued that this was a planned killing, not an accident. Over roughly 2 weeks, they presented searches, all the stuff that we've been talking about. Just really stupid shit, quote, dismemberment and best ways to dispose of a body. the fact that it was done on his young son's iPad, all of the searches, just makes it look so much worse to a jury.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, what kind of piece? Like, you're a monster. You killed your wife, but on top of it, you're using your kids' stuff to figure this out.
He, to go back to our art thing, painted a perfect picture for prosecution. To be the most unlikable motherfucker.
He convicted himself before anyone even knew
Yeah.
she was dead. Absolutely.
Yeah. The only thing else he could have Googled was like, how did Casey Anthony do it? or how did Casey Anthony beat it? That would have been like the last thing he needed to search. If he would have said I worked at Disneyland or wherever the fuck it was.
Universal, yeah.
Universal, sorry.
And just whip your cock out and piss on the jury at this point because, you know, let's have a little fun at least.
That's about it, pal. Ball game.
Outside of the evidence we already talked about and the $1 million insurance policy, the guy that Anna was having a romantic relationship in 2022 while she was in DC, he described it as like they talked about having a future. She was like going to leave Brian more than likely, right? And a close friend testified that Anna had mentioned Brian, quote, going back to jail soon for the fraud case. So that's maybe kind of like with the whole thing of getting out of going to jail, you know. The friend also said that Anna made a dark joke that if anything happened to her, people should, quote, look into Brian.
Not wrong.
I feel like that's never really a joke, right? If somebody says that in a joking way, like it should probably be taken kind of serious.
If something ever happens to me, look to Dave.
Hey.
I can't wait to get murdered now. You are fucked, pal. You are fucked.
You got a list of scorned husbands a mile long, pal.
That's true.
Could be anybody. It's going to be a multi-state game of Clue when someone finally kills your ass.
It's going to be fucking Declan. Let's be honest. He's going to learn what a knife actually is and then use it on me.
He's going to use a candlestick on you. Not to hit you over the head with, pal.
Oh, gosh. I don't like the turn this conversation has taken. It was much funnier when you were getting arrested for my murder.
I don't think that was funny at all. I wouldn't do well in prison.
Oh, they don't have the soft pillows you like.
No.
And the 16 vacations a year.
Excuse me, warden, do you have Bolin brand sheets in this prison facility?
Just fucking beat you up and send you back to your cell.
Good news for you is it's all inclusive, so you're used to that.
That's right.
You'll recognize something.
Brian just kind of sat there at the defense table, expressionless. He took some notes and whispered to his attorneys at times, but he didn't testify. The defense, you know, they went the Robert Durst route. So they said that, yes, he dismembered the body and did all this, but he didn't murder her. In opening, Brian's lawyer told jury this was, quote, not a murder case, but a case of sudden, unexplained death, floating possibilities of like a brain aneurysm kind of thing or a fall, and arguing that Brian panicked and did the wrong thing afterward because he was afraid that no one would believe it was an accident. They argued that without Anna's body, no one could pinpoint how she died or exactly when, and the lawyer told the jury, quote, we don't even know the manner of death.
You sure about that?
The defense did not call a single witness to back any of that up.
What else could they do, right? Like, you have to say something.
You have to do that, and that's
right.
it. Yeah.
The jury deliberated over 2 days for about 6 hours each day.
Was that a typo? 6 minutes? Is that what it was supposed to be? 6 minutes?
No, I think you meant they deliberated like 6 hours ago because this is such a fresh story. 6 hours ago, they deliberated
For 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds. They're actually listening to us live in the deliberation room. You're going to figure this out. We'll help you guys. Don't worry.
On December 15th, 2025, Brian was found guilty of first-degree murder, guilty of misleading a police investigation, and guilty of improper conveyance of human remains. He didn't really show any reaction at all. He was sentenced on the 18th. Anna's older sister, Alexandra, gave a victim impact statement describing the, quote, unbearable emptiness Anna's murder left behind. She said, quote, "The most painful part of the loss is knowing her children must now grow up without their mother's hand to hold." And Brian just kept his eyes down. The prosecution asked for the maximum and for consecutive sentences, arguing the word, quote, "inhumane" fit Brian's conduct better than the idea of stacking time. The defense asked for lesser charges to run concurrently, and they pointed to a letter from Brian's mom describing him as a loving son and a devoted dad, along with pointing out like his mental health struggles as a kid.
Let him out. Let Brian free. Mom's letter. It convinced me.
I thought you were making a statement. Oh, you are making on his letter or her letter.
She convinced me.
Okay.
I know he chopped up his wife and dumped her body in my dumpster at my apartment complex while I was ill, but he's a good boy. Let him out. He was only joking. He didn't mean it.
That's always a wild dynamic, right? Where a parent will just fucking look past everything.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. The judge said that she had no discretion on the murder count, life without parole, and she said that she agreed it was just. She called what happened to Ana, quote, "barbaric and incomprehensible," and told Brian, quote, "You had no regard for the lifelong mental harm that your actions have inflicted on your then 2, 4, and 6-year-old sons. Mr. Walsh, you will live with the guilt and burden of what you did to Ana for the rest of your life."
She laid it on.
Yeah.
Good for her.
She sentenced him to life in state prison without parole for Ana's murder, plus the maximum 20 years for misleading police, consecutive to the life term, and an additional 3 years consecutive for the improper disposal. So
that was what, 2 weeks ago?
Jesus Christ. He's probably not even in prison yet.
No, he's probably still sitting there.
He's getting
Fucker.
processed.
Yeah, it was almost a month ago, but still.
He looks like such a fucking piece of shit.
I gotta look this guy up.
Who's going to take it in the pooper better, Jody Arias or Brian Walsh in prison?
That guy is not doing well in prison, right? Like, I'm not doing well in prison. Brian Walsh is not doing well in prison.
He's not.
Also, yeah, now that I'm looking him up, he kind of really outkicked his coverage, too, with getting Ana.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
What the fuck is he?
Yeah, he outkicked the coverage like miles.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that charm, right?
Works.
I guess. He for sure wears knee pads when he plays volleyball. I don't even need to look that up.
Charm and make a woman laugh. Those panties come right off. I'm speaking from experience here.
Well, that's a really sad story.
Yeah, it is a bummer. It was in the Google search. It's like, of course we have to cover this, right? Like when I was reading that, I'm like, this is like, this guy's such a fucking piece of shit. We can just make fun of him the whole time. And
when we covered Casey Anthony's search history, I had a forensic analyst dig into Mike's search history, and we found some disturbing things. I was gonna have that person, go in for round 2, but unfortunately, over the Christmas holidays, he was busy and tied up, so he wasn't able to perform that analysis. So he got away with one here, pal.
Spoiler, it'd just be searching photos of Casey Anthony. It's full circle.
It's very circular, yeah.
I remember the bit, but I can't remember the specifics of what the internet search
probably
was.
Just something bullshit and made up, I'd imagine.
I don't remember.
I don't either, actually. I remember the thing, but I don't remember what it was. I'm sure people do. They probably have it documented somewhere.
Yeah, this really was like the perfect case to cover, because the jokes write themselves, and it gave me an excuse to just read like court documents. I just like reading shit. So it worked out.
You're a scholar. I just like reading shit.
I just like reading documents.
No, I think he said he likes reading and shitting.
Yeah.
Or
go
reading
together.
while shitting. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get any sleep the first night that all those Epstein files were dropping.
God,
those
I can't even
fucking
imagine. I was going through a little bit of that myself that day.
Man, when they dropped the 8th set, I was up. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking be able to sleep now.
Well, that's it. I'm staying up all night.
That decides it. Well, pretty clear cut, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
And,
got in a fight. I don't know if it's because maybe he found out about the affair, if it's the whole trying to get out of prison,
we would be
avoid prison.
speculating on anything,
yeah.
right? Like we don't even have a hunch to go off of. It seems as if.
I predict that Brian will be a guy that just never says that he's guilty. He'll say he's innocent until the day he dies.
I mean, the crazy thing here is if he wasn't such an imbecile, he probably could have got away with it. They could have framed her as having an affair in D.C. He could have said, I was at home with my kids. She left. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only convicted because he's an idiot.
Murdering her was the first of numerous mistakes he made.
Sure. But, it's not that hard to get away with a murder if you're not stupid, right? We've seen before.
I feel like I could see a scenario playing out, like if time went a different way or whatever, fate, whatever, that this could turn into like a Lacey Peterson, Scott Peterson thing. Where everybody be looking for her, right? Like if she was just gone.
Absolutely. But he could also, victim blame and frame her as a bad person with the affair in D.C. And he could say, I was at home taking care of our kids and she's out here doing this and that. So who knows what happened to her? But not when you do this to yourself.
Nope.
No, not when you immediately grab an iPad and just start searching shit.
Bizarre.
No VPN, no nothing. Just searching.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's almost as stupid as using your personal email address in a shady internet sex fetish website.
Almost.
That's true. Almost.
That's true. But then we would have met Kevin, and he's just adorable.
I don't know if that's the word for it.
Big cock, too, that Kevin.
He's endowed. He don't need Blue Chew. All right. Well, good way to start the year off, right? Good show. Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever do a fresher topic than that. We're talking 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This wrapped up.
So I have a very large list of patrons since we've been gone for like 3 weeks.
The first part of that sentence could have went a lot of ways. I have a very large.
I'll go on the soundboard. We'll do some of them this week. We'll break it up in the next week because we'd be here for a long time. And
so if you don't hear your name this week, relax.
Yeah, we're going to work in reverse chronological, or I guess chronological, not reverse chronological. Going back like December 15th. So we'll break some of these up for this week, some next week. So be patient.
All right. And then we won't be here for an hour and a half reading all the names.
Exactly.
Very appreciative. It's a big list, though.
Very much so. Thank you, new patrons: Dead Rabbit, Caleb, Haley Buteau, Ryan Doucette, Brandy Vickers, Mrs. MK, Summer Hopper, Jennifer Watson, Great Googly Moogly. You get the voice? It's close, right?
I think so.
Bill Murray? What's that from? Is that Bill Murray?
I know the
Googly
quote,
Moogly,
but I don't know what it's from.
Lily Marlette, Baba Duke Shapoop, Austin, Hoopla, Nikki, Jen M, Kaylee Jade, Dylan Clinton Knights, Ian's Dainty Butthole. Well, that's presumptuous. How do you know Ian's got a dainty butthole? Might be just splayed wide open and gaping. You don't know. You don't know his butthole like that.
Oh, love that one.
Bend me over, Daddy Dave. Hey now, welcome new patron.
What the fuck is wrong with these people tonight? Sexual assault.
Carmen, Kyla H, Necronama Junkie, and Dave is the man. Very true. Necronama Junkie. Very true. Gundarium Dildo. If that's something, I don't know that reference. Gundarium Dildo.
I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up.
Is that a Gundarina joke?
Maybe. Gundarium Dildo.
I don't know.
I don't know. Good for you. Always like the dildos, though. Mike and Mrs. Hildebrand's illegitimate son, Keith.
Fucking dream on.
Drown that kid.
Yeah.
Please stop blocking me. I swear I'll behave. I'm not sure what that is, but okay, sir.
Watch yourself.
Or ma'am.
Double secret probation.
Holly. Mary Juice. Mike's Prince Albert. You got a Prince Albert, pal?
No, I'm a good person.
Okay. Alex Jane. Robert Devine. Xtina Dew. Rory Graham. Ryan Adams. F. Mary Kill. Vince McMahon. L. Ron Hubbard. And Issei Sagawa. That's quite a collection of characters you've assembled for this version.
That's a rough group.
I'm going to kill Issei Sagawa. I guess you're going to fuck Elron with his stupid hat on. And marry Vince. Vince is a billionaire. You got to marry Vince, right?
I'd probably switch Elron and Issei Sagawa.
You know where that guy's been? You're going to put your wiener in Issei Sagawa?
Who said I'm putting my wiener in?
Point taken, sir.
And yeah,
well played.
And I guess I'll marry Vince. Yeah, you have to, right?
Have to.
Yeah, gotta marry Vince.
Right.
It'd be wild to marry L. Ron Hubbard, though, and go on all those adventures.
Yeah.
You'd be protected forever, and then maybe I could be like a race car driver.
You could be.
Every FMK is a world of potential.
Well, I might change my mind here. Maybe I'll kill Issei. Fuck Vince and marry Elron. And then you're protected for life, right?
You really are. And
You're
you have
in.
Dianetics, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is on your team.
Yeah. We've given this way too much thought.
I use this account for furry porn and Necronomicon. Got some bangers tonight here.
This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping for some good stuff.
Riley Swenson, Goblin Snail, Neil Scarf, Jackie Agler, Melissa, Joshua Castle, Jennifer Zolman, Michael Wallace, Nuno, Maxime Von Ingen. My sis Anna got me this for Xmas because I'm broke. Oh, thanks, Anna. Ivana Humpalot. Bitch with a Bassoon. Robert. Dave Bryant. Bone Thugs and Horses. Kaylee. JR Useful Idiot. Rachel Broadnax. Willie Fistergash.
I remember him. He used to be at the bar. I'd meet up with him at Wrecking Crew. Old Willie, we called him.
Dan Cormacan. Carol fucking Baskin. I heard that name in a while. Aquilos. Tommy. Nothing Face. J-Dub Nash.
It's not like a reference to Wes Borland's band. Didn't he have a band called Nothing Face?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Big Dumb Face. Never mind.
Oh,
sorry. All right.
Isn't that a creepypasta, Nothing Face?
Maybe.
Is that what that is? I don't know. J-Dub Nash, Danielle Halliday, Caitlin Cox. Hey, I forgot to ask. Bill Morgan, Marie Thompson, Joe DeJong, Ellie Georgeson, Tara Vigil, and Justin Pineda Piro. Thank you, new patrons. And welcome aboard.
And we'll get to the others next week.
We'll get to the rest of the list next week.
They will be the first ones read next week.
They will, chronologically.
Ian, what do you got on your end?
On Patreon, we haven't done anything because it's the first of the beginning of the year, but we have some cool stuff lined up. But we ended 2025 with Mike's History Corner. You did an episode on James Buchanan.
President James Buchanan, the 15th president of these United States. And perhaps a secret he may have been keeping. We don't know. Explore that. That was a good time. I think I got my March History Corner lined up.
Yeah.
But I will save it. Card subject to change. We'll see. Dave, what else on your end?
I have nothing else to add, sir.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody.
Well,
Glad to be here.
back at it. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for the cool down beer?
Cheers.